Guys, I don't know what is going on. I don't know. My phone did not let me have the option of setting up a Height Lincolnshire. My phone did not give me the option to set up a thumbnail for this one. So I don't know what's going on. Not a good sign, though. That, and I'm late. Which also makes me upset. I really don't like being late. So we'll just have to see how things go. Can you hear me okay, Lincolnshire? Transport? I hope. It says 2 people are watching. Wish I knew who the other person was. What? Hello, Marie. Can you hear me okay? Hello, Mr. Goose. Okay. Hi, Calissa. Hi, Cool L4424. Thank you. Is it Calissa? I hope. I don't know where my moderator is. I sort of want her here so she can help me out. Awesome. Hi, Ducko. Awesome. So we can start. Hi, Tanuk. I am horrible, you guys. Okay. So, hi, Cool. Give me a second. What am I going to do? I don't know what I'm going to do. Actually, I do know what I'm going to do. To start with, y'all, so tonight we are doing a thing on the IU-47. Am I 47? Sure, I'm 47, yes. We are going to be talking about the Northern Cardinal. Tonight. But first, I do need to tell you that my computer or my phone decided that it was going to mess up and not let me do my usual stuff. My thumbnail is what I mean. So, consequently, things are just off. I am thrown off because it made me late. I had to answer a text that came in. And so I was worried that things would freeze up, which they sort of did. Hi, can I order Big Mac and fries? Sorry, guys. We are going to be talking about the Northern Cardinal today. I was hoping to be able to show you what that looks like, but unfortunately, my pictures are not the best. So, how is, whoever you are, that is speaking in a different language, know that I don't speak any other language besides English. If you want me to understand what you're saying, you need to type in English. Otherwise, you're wasting your time. Okay, we are going to get started here in just a second. I know. Oh, no, we don't. We don't do religion on this channel. Too much. Hey, 7-inch. Okay. So, let me go ahead and get started because I wasted enough time as it is. So, that is the female bird. You can see they're pretty much brown with a little bit of red, and the beak is sort of a reddish orange. And you really can't see them, but on that bird feeder, there is a male. They are mostly red with a little bit of black around the bill and then a red beak. But let me see if I can find my script. There it is. Woohoo! Okay. Cool. I have no idea what you're saying. Sorry. Hi, everyone. I am Nature Guy X46, and this is Saturday Nights Live. We are doing Exploring Nature tonight. Exploring Nature is your chance to learn a little bit about species that live around us. Tonight, we are doing the Northern Cardinal, and their scientific name, if I can do this, is following. Okay, why did that not work? Oh. What do sharks and humans have in common? We both eat sharks. And cooking, if this is going to be vulgar, I'm warning you now, don't say it. That is their scientific name. And we are moving on. Okay, so colors. Males are red and black. Mostly red with a little bit of black around the beak. The beak is red or reddish orange. Most of the feathers are going to be red. And if you catch it in winter amongst the snow, it is very, it stands out really well amongst all that snow. Females are mostly brown with some red accents, and their beak is also red like the male. Cardinals range from 8 to 9 inches long. They weigh around 1.5 to 1.6 ounces. Wingspan ranges from 9.8 to 12.2 inches. Now I'm going to pause really quick to encourage those of you who are not subscribed to subscribe to my channel and click that like button. There might be some of you who need to click that like button. And now back to our live. I'm sorry, 7-inch. I did have a great Christmas. Hope you did too. I know. You know, I would have done a live earlier today, but unfortunately, I was busy. I may start doing that. I may throw in an earlier live, maybe on the same subject, or maybe a different subject. What do you think, Carol? For those people like 7-inch that live outside of the United States, especially for those people that are around all the time, you too, 7-inch. Northern Cardinals can be found throughout the eastern United States and the Midwest. They can also be found in western Texas and southern Arizona. They can be found in parts of Mexico and Central America. They have also been introduced into California, Hawaii, and Bermuda. It is considered invasive in Hawaii and was introduced around 1929. It is not, however, invasive in Bermuda, and I'm not sure if it's listed as invasive in California, but it has been naturalized. So naturalized means, hold on, naturalized means that, hey Chelsea, naturalized means that the animal is become part of that ecosystem. Not that it belongs there, just means that it's there. And it was introduced in the 1880s. The reason they call it Northern Cardinal is there are other cardinals species, but none of them live this far north. They're mostly tropical to subtropical, so that's why. I'm doing okay. You know what? Let me give you an exact definition. Okay, so a naturalized animal or plant is a non-native species that has become established in a new environment and can reproduce and grow without human assistance. So things like daylily or any other invasive animal has become naturalized. So it's a little bit different. One thing is for sure, there might not be any other bird that is as easily identified in the United States as a male cardinal. Now, that being said, there is a genetic mutation in which the birds are missing the enzyme that converts yellow pigments in their food to red. And when that happens, instead of being a red cardinal, they are a yellow cardinal. This is not a leucistic cardinal, it just is yellow because of that mutation. Now, this mutation pops up in about 1 in a million cardinals. So if you do see a yellow cardinal, you are looking at what should be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Cardinals do have a crest. I don't know if you can see the crest in that female, just a little bit maybe. And I don't think you can see it in the male. But anyway, Northern Cardinals do not migrate. And the male will pretty much be red all year long. There is an exception, and we will talk about that in a second. You can find these animals in backyards, parks, woodlots, and along the edges of forest. Now, they tend to nest in basically shrubs or vines. And it's going to be a tangle, so it's going to be messy. They feed on mostly seeds and fruits, with insects added in occasionally. Chicks feed primarily on insects because they need that protein. I feel like I'm missing comments. No, I'm not. Okay. They like fruits like dogwood, wild grape, grasses, sedges, mulberry, blackberry, sumac, tulip tree, and corn. They are also very fond of sunflower seeds, so if you have that in your bird feeders, you will be seeing cardinals. They also, like I said, will eat a wide range of insects. So, when it is time to pick a nesting site, these birds do it together. Male will follow the female around until they find a location. At that point, the male will start bringing nesting materials to the female who builds the nest. Now, she'll spend the next 9 days building said nest. And the nest will be around 2 to 3 inches tall and about 4 inches across. Now, they may not use that nest more than once, or they might use it more than that, depending. Breeding typically occurs March through September, with the first brood typically being laid in March, and the second can occur in May or through July. Females will lay 2 to 5 eggs, and the couple may have 1 or 2 broods, depending. Incubation for the eggs takes about 13 days, with chicks staying in the nest for about 13 days. Am I good? Can you guys hear me okay? I'm assuming everybody is just listening. My chat says it's disconnected. That's really weird. Okay, we're back. Yay! People are here. Okay, cool. The chicks will stay in the nest for about 13 days. Those of you that live in the United States may be surprised to know that cardinals may stay together during the winter, or they may not. About 20% of pairs will split up in the next season. Some sites suggest, though, that they mate for life. So I'm not sure exactly what to believe. There is good news, though. Really good news. While some species are declining in numbers, Northern Cardinals have a breeding population of around 130 million. 130 million. So, to the Northern Cardinal, their average lifespan is around 3 years. Carol, I will answer that question here in a second. But there are reports of them reaching as long as 15 years. Now, we have a few facts about cardinals. They get their name because their color the color of the male reminded people of the robes and the caps worn by Catholic cardinals. The red pigment in their feathers comes from carotenoids in their food. Female Northern Cardinals sing even while on the nest. And as I understand it, a lot of other female birds do not sing while they're on the nest because that would catch the attention of predators. They were once kept as pets here in the United States until their sale was banned by the Migratory Bird Act of 1918. Juvenile cardinals will not get their adult plumage. I'm sorry, Chelsea. Juvenile cardinals will not get their adult plumage till the fall. Cardinals live within miles of where they were raised or hatched. They are known to attack their reflection in the mirror of vehicles, and they're not alone in that. Other birds will also do that. Now, we are reaching the end of my program. Oh, no, we're not. Not quite. There are 7 different states that list the Northern Cardinal as their symbol, their state's bird. For those of you that don't live in the United States, every state has a state bird along with a state animal and a bunch of other stuff. Northern Cardinals will molt in late summer. So if you catch sight of a cardinal that is bald, that is what's going on. They are molting. I have reached the end of our program for today, but I encourage you to ask questions or chat. You can ask me questions, get to know me a little bit. You can also suggest live topics or videos. Your video ideas will be used in future subscriber weeks, where I will feature your subscriber request for that week, or future weeks. Hold on. The next week for subscriber week is already lined up and will take place in January. Okay, now, Carol, your question. Nestling period is 7 to 13 days. Baby Northern Cardinals stay in the nest for about 9 to 11 days after hatching. So somewhere between 13 to 11 days, or 11 to 13 days. What am I saying? I don't know. I was really impressed with the number of people that came into live today. I wish they would have stayed, but that's okay. Yes, so I have the next week of the subscriber week lined up. We have a week in between. So, yeah. I don't remember. Well, it's no. I'm not talking hatching, Carol. Hatching is a different story I'm talking about. But let's see. I don't know. I thought I had one of my books on my shelf. I was using information on a site. Yeah, so there's a difference between hatching and fledging, of course. So incubation takes up to 13 days. That doesn't mean that they can't do it a little bit longer or a little bit shorter. So there's always a range involved. So what I will do a lot of times is pick the later of the dates to use. I did not see a fledgling date. And you got to make sure that you're doing Northern Cardinal because there is more than one. So yeah, 9 to 11 days after hatching, which is typically 11 to 13 days after the eggs are laid. So when a bird fledges, that means that the bird has developed enough wing muscles and feathers to fly and has left the nest. So that's fledging. So basically, yes, it's when they leave the nest for the first time. Now, some birds, even after they have fledged, some birds will continue to be cared for by the parents. It just depends. And yeah, so information can be tricky, especially now that they're using AI. So I do my best to have the facts. Yeah. I don't do, that's one thing I don't do a lot of, is using multiple sites. I may grab from multiple sites if I'm doing my research, which is normal. But a lot of times I would say that 24 to 27 days seems off. That is way too long. That is way too long, I would think. I don't know. See, I don't know where you're getting your information either. That does though. That seems really long. It's okay to get confused. For those of you who live in Europe and find it hard to stay up till whatever time it is right now, I'm going to do on Saturday. I can't do this every single live. But on Saturday, I will do a live. It may be a different topic than what I'm going to cover at night. Or, I don't know. I'll talk it over with Carol and we'll figure it out. But that is what is going on as far as that goes. I know 7-inch Destroyer was kind of liking that idea. I wanted to go through. Oh wow, it's still early. Yeah. So talk. I need to do some maintenance real quick. I am not ignoring your comments or your questions. And Carol, like I said, it's okay because I get things wrong. Sometimes different sites throw different information, and it is hard to know what is right and what is wrong. Okay, next Tuesday is going to be December 31st. Duh. Dragons, a myth based on fact. I will be doing that, assuming I'm not babysitting, at noon. At noon. Assuming I am not babysitting, I will do that at noon. I don't know if I will be, but there's a possibility. If not, I will do it as soon as I get home, because I don't want to do it at 7 o'clock. That possibly runs into people's parties, and I don't want to be a reason that people aren't out there enjoying. January 3rd, and I know this is really close, but we are going to do river otters. The river otters we are covering are American river otters, not European river otters. We are going to be doing Learn to Care on January 4th, which should be next Saturday. And we will be doing subspecies as well. We're not going to be doing a lot of details on them. We will mention how they're doing number-wise. January 7th, extinct animals, Pinta giant tortoise and mountain mist frog. January 10th, exploring nature, Irish animals. Zoo to do on January 14th. It's going to be a zoo called a biopark. I am also excited about dragons. January 17th, Learn to Care, Atlantic cod. January 17th, Learn to Care, Atlantic cod. January 18th, organism picture guessing game, subscriber only. So if you're here and you are not a subscriber, but you want to participate in that game, you have to subscribe. We have January 21st, Exploring Nature, Loggerhead Shrike, which if you don't know what that is, you'll have to come to live to find out. January 24th, A Closer Look. We are looking at the freshwater jellyfish. January 25th, Learn to Care, Hooded Seal. January 28th, Zoo to Do, Arizona Sonora Desert Museum. And then January 31st, Extinct Animal Spix Macaw. So that is what is coming up. That is everything that is coming up for January. There's one that you're really excited for. I will post the lives for the week on the channel. And you can look those up. If you're subscribed, you get to do that. Otherwise, I don't know what to tell you. As always, there is super fun stuff coming up. As always, lives are supposed to be fun. And what makes them really fun is having a bunch of people come in during lives. Sometimes. So Carol and whoever else is in live. For this earlier live, because I like doing the should I switch times on Saturday to noon, or do we keep the 6 p.m. slot? My fear is if I switch it, that's okay. You can give me your thoughts. Do I switch times or do I stay at noon? Do I switch times to noon and just leave it at noon, or do I do 2 lives during the day and meet at still do 6? So basically, in theory, doing 2 lives. Well, I can do an extra one on Saturday. I can do an extra live on Saturday. That brings up the question, do I do a different topic? Because I can't have 2 lives with the same topic. Do I change the title? No, I don't want to do that. I don't want to confuse people. Is there anybody else in live? By the way, oh, never mind. Never mind. So that's going to be a thing then, is next week. I do lives every Saturday. Question, though, are you from the United States? I do lives every Tuesday, every Friday, and every Saturday. And sometimes an extra one here and there. Central America. What time is it right now for you? It's probably, if I had to guess. Oh, okay. So it really doesn't affect you too much. Okay. Yeah. So every Saturday at 6 p.m. And then starting probably next week, I will be going live at noon. And I don't know how I want to do that. It looks like it. That's really cool. So that's I'm thinking the best way to do it. I just don't know. I really don't want to do I don't know. I'm going to figure it out. How is everybody? I know I have other people in here. This live, by the way, Silo, we covered the topic already. I'm sorry. Ugh, that's annoying. That may even help another subscriber that I know doesn't do well at 6. So I will make that change. I just have to figure out any questions or comments or anything. Just asking. Tomorrow's video is on the history of chestnuts. Probably going to sign off. It seems like most people have basically stopped talking. This is the tail end of live anyway. Let me make sure that there's nothing else I was going to mention. I don't know if there is or was. No. Okay. So that, guys, have a great evening. If there's anything else that you want to ask me, this is your last chance to get that out. Otherwise, I'm going to say have a good evening. Silo Canalis. If you're there, have a great evening. Carol, have a great evening. And I will talk to you guys later. Be kind, everybody. See you on Tuesday at noon, hopefully. Bye-bye.